I'm very excited about the future because I think our future is intelligent, human, and inclusive all at the same time.
One of the biggest themes at this year's Money 2020 Europe, of course, is artificial intelligence. And we want to get the latest and greatest when it comes to what this technology is capable of doing and how it is being deployed. Well, joining me now with more is Experian COO of EMEA and APAC, Shail. Shail, thank you so much for joining.
Thank you for inviting me. Happy to be here.
Yeah. What brings you to Money 2020 Europe this year? And specifically, what is your conversation that you had on stage about when it comes to AI?
Oh yeah, we had a great conversation session yesterday on how financial services is now finally being designed around people by leveraging Gen AI. And we talked about the launch of our Gen AI coach called Ava, which was really good. And then I also was part of a policy exchange session with policy leaders and industry practitioners. And it's great to see that now we're also thinking about regulation and how we can bring regulation and innovation together for better outcomes of end consumers.
What more can you share for our viewers about Experian and the role that it plays in the market?
Great. Yeah, so we unlock the power of data to improve lives in our society. So Experian is a global data and tech company that enables consumers and businesses to make better and faster credit and fraud decisions. And over the last 40 years, we have grown by more than 40%. And now we've evolved from being a credit bureau to a technology-led data analytics and software company. And we're also creating a huge global impact. We're helping more than 200 million consumers thrive globally. And our reach is 1.4 billion consumers across 30 markets. And we are now evolving in our relationship with consumers from being in the back end to front and center of that relationship as they use our capabilities to significantly impact their financial lives. So for instance, in South Africa, we have a credit app called Up, which consumers can use to budget. They can also check their credit score and then access financial services. In UK and US, we have the Boost Experian proposition, which enables consumers to add their payments on telecom and utility, and they get access to better financial products. For businesses, we have Ascend platform, which is a cloud-native analytics and decisioning platform. And it really enables our clients to access vast amounts of data and get insights from that. It also enables them to build and deploy AI and ML models faster and make better decisions for credit and fraud. And in fact, with Ascend, we're redefining the way lending is done, and we're redefining the way fraud is being detected, and better decisions are being made for financial services.
How is Experian leveraging artificial intelligence to grow the business?
Yeah, so AI is actually a front and center part of how we're innovating today. And in fact, as you know, that businesses are more demanding about getting faster and smarter tools, and we are delivering. For instance, we have a Gen AI tool called Experian Assistant, which can be used by our data analysts and data engineers to look at vast amounts of data. They can get real-time assistance in coding, get recommendation, and build models to make better decisions for both credit and fraud. In fact, it reduces the model development time from months to days, and in sometimes to hours. One of the feedback we got from our clients was that it reduced their data building time by more than 75%, and that reduces their time to build data and go faster to market. This is like having access to an Experian expert at 24/7 basis. In Italy, for instance, we have deployed Gen AI-enabled credit decisioning solutions for lenders, for both SME and consumers. And so this AI-first approach helps our clients to unlock insights from vast amounts of data, build and deploy models faster, and really come up with better outcomes for consumers with high precision.
What are some of the most exciting things on the horizon for Experian?
Yeah, I'm really excited about the launch of our Eva solution, which is a Gen AI-enabled personal financial coach. In fact, I talked about this in my session yesterday. And Eva is designed to help consumers to manage and understand their credit better through normal and natural conversations. And Eva is basically, and we have huge ambitions for Eva, so it can address similar generic questions like understanding credit score, but at the same time also look into financial transactions and come up with really personalized coaching so that consumers can understand their borrowing options better and get hold of their financial outcomes. And I'm really excited about EVA and what the future holds for us with it.
And how is Experian really pushing forward financial inclusion to make sure that everyone can play a part?
Yeah, so financial inclusion is a strategic imperative for us. In many of our countries, there are millions of consumers that don't have access to banking system, and we are transforming that by looking at alternate data and trended data in addition to traditional scores, so that our lenders can look at the fuller picture of consumers on a trended basis, not just at a snapshot, and they can make better, responsible decisions. The alternate data that we look at are, mobile phone usage and utility and telecom bill payment, e-commerce, and so on and so forth, which basically helps us assess creditworthiness of consumers. So it is about really building trust and creating opportunities, especially for consumers that have been excluded from financial systems in our emerging markets, and also in our developed economies like US, where millions of consumers are credit invisible.
What else does the future hold for Experian?
Oh, I'm very excited about the future, because I think our future is intelligent, human, and inclusive all at the same time. I see Experian as becoming a really trusted data and technology partner for our consumers as well as for our businesses, and we're going to help them adapt and thrive. For instance, we're helping Gen Zs build their credit histories. We're helping European customers to passport their trust from one market to another market. And in countries like Germany, Italy, and South Africa, we have fraud detection software that looks at fraud in real-time basis by leveraging Gen AI and helps reduce false positives and really starts building trust in digital world. And so one of the key enabler in transforming this vision is our Ascend platform, which I talked about, which is a cloud native analytics and decisioning solution, and brings all the credit, data, analytics, and fraud solutions for our clients in one place, so that they can get 360-degree view of their consumers, and they can make better and faster decisions on credit and fraud.
Shail, my final question to you is, what are the trends that you're seeing in global business right now?
Yeah, so it's been amazing being here at Money 2020. This is the place where you see all these latest trends, in money and payment and tech. And in fact, this is my third time coming to Money 2020, and honestly, it does not disappoint. The energy and vibrancy of this place is truly unmatched. This is the place where we see big players like Klarna and Monzo give shape to future of finance, but at the same time, we do see a lot of small fintechs that are creating real impact in our societies. So the key trends that you asked about, the three things that I'm seeing here: one, now AI is transforming from being a hype to being integrated into the financial services through user journeys as well as financials for consumers. The second trend I'm seeing is that now we're beginning to see convergence of crypto and traditional finance. And the third one, which I was personally really delighted to see and witness, as I told you about policy exchange, is that we're looking into regulation and how regulation can actually enable innovation and help the end consumer. So, at the end of the day, if anyone is in finance space, it's not a choice whether we want to engage or not. The matter is how fast can we adapt.
Shail, thank you so much for joining us here at Money 2020 Europe.
Thank you so much.
It's great to have you.
Thanks.